Hello again and welcome to Construction 2 Copying an Angle. This is the second construction in a set of 6, and copying an angle is probably the most involved process out of all 6 constructions. So this one will have the most steps, so it is important that you pay close attention here so that you can get a solid grasp on each step. Right? With more practice, you'll be able to blow right through these, and you won't have to think about each individual step along the way. But for now, this is your first exposure to this type of construction, so I will walk you through the process. So the first step in copying an angle is actually going to be the same exact first step as what we used for construction 1. Okay, and that is we are going to draw a ray. So as was the case for construction 1, I will be using a tool on the smartboard. You will be needing to use a straight edge or a ruler to draw a straight ray. Okay. So once we have step 1 completed, we can now move forward to step 2, where we can start to use our compass. So to start step 2, we are going to take our compass. Right, we are going to place the center of our compass on vertex X. Right, so the center, again, is the sharp, pointy end on our compasses. It is the side without the pencil on it. So once we have our center on the vertex, we're just going to swing an arc that is long enough so that it will intersect with both rays of our angle. Okay, so this is another case where it doesn't matter what size we set our compass on, right? We want it to have a good size arc so it's easy for us to work with. We don't want it to be too small because it's too hard to take the measurements of that as we move forward in the process. Okay, so we just want to make sure that the arc that we have here is big enough so that we can use it, and we also want to make sure that we do not change the length of our compass. So a quick review here. We're going to place the center of our compass on the vertex X and swing an arc that intersects with both rays of the angle. So moving forward, step 3, we are just going to complete the same exact step on our ray Y. Okay, so we're going to take our compass, place the center of our compass on the ray Y, and swing that same exact arc on the ray. So we're taking the compass, swinging the arc. Right? The one difference is here, we want to make sure that the arc will, 1, intersect with our ray, and 2, extend past the length of our original angle. All right, so notice that my arc here that I made on the ray Y is a little bit longer than the arc that I made on our original angle. So once again, there's no exact measurement required. We just need to make sure, right, that the arc is bigger on our ray than it is on the angle that we did for our angle X, the arc that we did rather. Okay, so right now we're about halfway through the process of copying an angle X. As I said to start off the screencast, this is probably the most detailed process of all the construction. So if we can follow our way through this, we should be in good shape for the other constructions to come. So moving on to step 4, this is where it can start to get a little confusing, so pay close attention here and really pay attention to what I'm doing with the compass to get these measurements. So to begin step 4, I'm going to take the compass and I'm going to place the center on one of the 2 intersections between the arc and the ray on our original angle X. So I'm going to take our compass right here and I'm going to move it and I'm going to place the center on one of these 2 intersections. I could put it here, or I could also put it on this one. For simplicity's sake, I'm just going to leave it up top here. Right? So the center is here on one of the intersections between the arc that we made in step 3 and the ray of one of the two rays of an angle. Okay, so the second thing we need to do here is what? Right, we need to find that same exact measurement on the other ray. So I'm going to take the end here with a pencil, and I'm going to find out exactly where that is. So right here, step 4, we're just taking a measurement. We're just measuring the length of this arc here. Okay, so this arc here is all that we're measuring. So once we've completed step 4, steps 4 and 5 almost go hand in hand here. We're just going to take this same exact measurement on the compass, and we're going to do the same exact thing on our ray Y. Okay, so I'm going to take the compass here. I'm going to place the center on where the edge of the arc intersects with the ray, right? And I'm going to place the center there. And the other end, right? I'm not going to change the measure of the compass at all. Right? I'm just going to swing a nice little arc here, just long enough so that it will intersect with both edges. With the ray here. Okay, so now I have two arcs here. Right, I have the arc that I created in step 3, right, which is just the original arc that we put on our original angle, and now I have the arc from step 5. Right, this intersection is actually going to be one of the 2 points that we're going to use to draw the final ray that will serve to copy our angle. Okay, so step 6 is almost trivial at this point. Right, so step 6, we're just going to take our straight edge and we're going to connect vertex Y to this intersection right here between these two arcs. Right, so we're going to draw a ray through those 2 points. And as was the case with previous problems, you'll be using a straight edge. I'll just be using the smartboard tool, and here we have it. Right, so here angle Y is exactly the same as angle X, our original angle that we started the problem with, the original angle that we wanted to copy for construction 2. Okay, so as I said, this is probably the longest process for any of the 6 constructions. So if you can follow along with this, you should be in good shape. Okay, so now that I've walked you through this process, try this one on your own. All right, this is a little bit different here. Here we're dealing with angle A, which is an obtuse angle. Angle X that we started off the problem with was an acute angle, but there really is no difference in the process. So create an angle A on your paper and follow the 6 steps and copy angle A.